Well, I think this rear end has had its last burnouts. Take a look at this. That look good, Chris?
It's cherry.
Looks good to me, right? Well, that last burnout went actually pretty well. I can't complain. Had plenty of tire smoke. Everything went to plan. But it's time to get the new 4.9" ready to go. We got it all painted over there. She's ready to go in. We're just missing the third member, but Quick Performance promised me that we'd get it here in time. We're gonna go ahead and get everything mocked up. I have the axles, the brakes. So I'm gonna get everything all set up over here, get everything bolted on, and we should just need to put the third member on once it gets here. But I kind of want to get new U-bolt setups, new brackets, new everything. I just kind of want to make sure this is set up correctly with the 9". We're doing a little higher gear ratio over there. So me and Chris are gonna go ahead and start tearing this thing apart and getting that new housing put in. All right, old rear end is completely out. Kind of looks weird, no rear end in there. We just dropped the whole leaf spring assembly out. She looks like a sieve, so we have her kind of balanced sitting up over here. We got the housing over here for the new 9". I'm pretty happy with how it looks. I did the black and then I hit this with the flapper disc right there. Gonna clear over that, but that looks really good. So I think we'll set the housing in there first, kind of get everything mocked up where we want it as far as housing goes, and then we'll get axles and brakes and third member, all that stuff. But housing first. So Chris is going to work on the leaf spring plate, clean it up. Oh, Chris, you still got some more to do, man?
Right.
We still got more to do.
Right, we got to use a different tool.
Right. I got the U-bolts all cleaned up, ready for paint. We're just going to kind of paint everything up, make everything nice when we put the... I think we're probably going to clean up the leaf springs too, and just kind of get everything cleaned up. But Rat Rod's getting a makeover, that's for sure. No more rear end problems. They're all going to go bye-bye. So pumped. All right, so we kind of do some paint on the leaf springs, that was a little better. I just got done finished painting on the brackets. Brackets look pretty good now, the fresh paint. Now, the only thing that we have left is to paint the U-bolts. All right, as you guys probably saw, we got this thing kind of hung in here. Not mounted up, we're just kind of setting it here. Everything looks good to go. We go ahead and slide axles in, get the brake set up, everything in here besides the third member. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get to work doing that type of stuff. With this quick performance we're in, I also bought a disc brake kit. So I got the axles here. Chris is looking at the caliper, but we also have rotors and everything. I just pounded the seal in here, as you can see, seals all in. I'm just kind of curious why there's two different style of brackets for the disc brakes, but I'm gonna go ahead and figure that out. But it looks like there's everything here to do some disc brakes, so that's what we're gonna work on. So I figured it out. These clamp the axles in, they bolt in, and then these bolt to these somehow, and this bolts the caliper. So smart. The instructions finally. Okay. Insert T-bolts normally through rear of the bearing and we got everything put together. We have this piece right here holds in the bearing that's pressed on the axle, so that's all good there. This is the bracket that bolts right here at the spacers for the disc brake kit. And I just tried to put these rotors on and put the caliper on just to kind of see how everything fit. And those rotors don't even go on. There's like 4 bolt patterns and none of them are mine. Kind of sucks, but Quick Performance has always been super good customer service. I'm sure it was just a little mess up on their part for some reason, but I kind of have a weird bolt pattern too. I have a 5 on 5.5, and that's not a very common bolt pattern for a 4 9-inch. So I'm gonna call them tomorrow and see if we can get these rotors sent back and get some new ones. That's why I wanted to do this a couple weeks before competition, because I don't want to be doing this last minute. So we're gonna go ahead and get these rotors put together in a box, ship those out. But the 9-inch itself fit really good. It's sitting on the dowels on the leaf springs. I gave a measurement. Everything fit pretty good for the most part. It was within a 1/4 inch. I mean, we kind of had to tweak the leaf springs a little bit, but I mean, it's sitting here on the dowels with no U-bolts. So I mean, it's not too bad. The only thing I'm kind of scared about is the distance from the yoke to the driveline, like this back and forth distance, because I don't know what the difference is between the 9-inch and the Dana 44. So I'm just really hoping that we don't have to lengthen the driveline. The driveline guys are really good about getting stuff done for me really quick, but that was a $400 drive shaft that we just bought. So I would really like to not have to buy another one if we don't have to. We got it all kind of set up. I'm super excited with having the Quick Performance 9-inch. We're not gonna have any issues with this thing. We got 31 spline axles, disc brakes. This thing used to be drum brakes all the way around. You saw that we did the disc brakes up front. Now we're gonna have disc brakes in the rear. It's gonna be such a better animal. That rear end was done. Let's see if we can get a little action here. Yeah, that's up and down play right there. That rear end is totally done. This rear end, brand new, ready to go. I'm excited. I can't wait, guys. This rear end, it's gonna have a different gear ratio too. It's gonna have a little higher gear ratio, so hopefully it'll spin the tires a lot quicker, and I can get into the other gears quicker. Chris is just gonna get the other side put together. We're gonna probably have to call it for tonight and work on it a little bit more later. We'll get the other parts and update you as we go. we just got done filling up the rear end here. We had the bolt on the side of the third member right there. Chris is under there. You put a plug in, and as soon as start coming out there, I'll put a tiny bit extra in there just to have a little safe measure. But we're gonna go ahead and bolt our brackets up to hold the axles in, put all the brakes on, and all you gotta do is get a different yoke for the drive shaft. So on the drive shaft here, from center cap to the end is about 5.5 inches, and I need one that from center to end is about 6.9 inches. So I got a yoke coming, it'll be about right here, and that'll lengthen the drive line just enough in order to get the length correct for this. I got special U-joint to go from that drive line to this because those are not the same U-joint. So anyway, I got the correct thing there. So we're gonna get the correct yoke, do that. I got brake lines right here, steel braided brake lines, AN brake lines, super nice brakes. Yeah, disc brakes all the way around on this thing. It's gonna be so nice to be able to use. How long did it take to fill that up, Chris? Like a minute and a half?
A couple minutes, yeah.
No grabbing the bottle and just trying to squeeze it in there. We literally just dumped into a funnel into the rear end. Like, how nice was that? That was awesome. But painted everything up. New rear end is just looking good. I'm real happy with it. So we're gonna go ahead and just start working on it. Tomorrow I get that yoke, so we'll put the driveline in, and then we'll do some braking procedures on the rear end. All right, everybody, you can see that the brake lines come into the bottom here. I have them ran over here. I built a little bracket to mount them right there. They're both on the 9-inch. Same thing over there. Chris is working on getting the old lines off right here, and we're gonna connect them into this little spot that'll be right here. So yeah, they're gonna be coming in, come through right there, and we'll tap it into the heart line right there. Now we got the T all lined up, brake lines ran. The T comes over here. I have it ran right there. And then I put a nice little 90 in here with my 90-degree tube bender. Didn't have to make any other flares. This is already here. I just unscrewed it from the last thing. And so now we're doing it right here. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the parts store, get some brake fluid, and bleed these brakes. But after we bleed the brakes, all we need to do is get the yoke on the other drive shaft and get the drive shaft on here, and we'll be good to go with this thing. So as you guys can tell, this yoke is definitely longer. I did all my measuring. If you guys need a yoke that is longer than 5.5 inches from the center to the end, then there's a couple options for you. Dana Spicer is the one that makes the different lobes, the different yokes for different lengths. On Turbo 400s, you want to make sure they should be a 32 spline. So you gotta make sure you get 32 spline, and then what was the other thing I was gonna say? Oh, you gotta make sure you figure out which U-joint it is. Mine is a 1330, so that's what we use. You can always get adapter joints to adapt stuff around, but we're gonna put this new yoke on here and have the correct length for the drive shaft. Be good to go. Save money on making a brand new drive shaft that we didn't need to make.
Yep.
So we're gonna put this in. We got the new U-joint on the back that matches the rear end and the drive line. We got the new yoke right here that is a little bit longer. I had to get a special U-joint for this as well. But we're getting ready to go and put the drive line in here. And hopefully I did all my measuring right. finished up. Made it to our destination. She gets a little hot. Definitely gets a little hot. She hit about 210 once we got here. The whole entire way it was just slowly climbing, but I was doing like 3 grand on the highway. It's so loud, so obnoxious, but how cool to build something yourself and drive it yourself. That, unless you've done it, you can't even really explain how cool it is. But this wasn't even a thing. Like, I built this from scratch and we're driving it. That's pretty cool. Oh, running lights are on. Let me turn off my street legal lights real quick.
Right.
Oh yeah. Boom, done.
Totally.
Well, Chris.
Dude, it was a blast.
Dude, first drive
Oh, yeah.
on the freeway. So pumped. We drove right by a cop too. Freaking right by him, right in front of him.
Yeah,
Like he could have
there's
flipped the
cops.
bitch if he
Yeah.
wanted to. But no, he's like, nope, this thing's street legal. Hell no. We're gonna leave this guy alone. But we're on the verge of fighting an overheating issue. We're kind of fighting it right now. We did like a 15 to 20 minute drive, and right at the very end, we're getting up to like 210, depending on what trips we're doing. I'm curious about what we need to do for that. We have a few things to look into, but overall, super happy with this thing. New 4.9 inch is so smooth, so awesome. Oh, my blinker's on. I always leave my blinker on. There's no return. Here we go. There you go. But yeah, me and Chris literally have just been busting ass on this thing all weekend, and couldn't be more pumped. So thanks, Chris.
You got it.
Freaking awesome.
Freaking badass, dude.
First
Felt
drive on the
so
freeway.
good.
Freeway is interesting.
Yeah.
Felt pretty good on the little pole right there, huh?
Yeah,
On the
dude. It was
front.
kicking it.
Yeah. Get a little cage on this thing. We need to take it to the track.
Yeah.
Pumped. Oh yeah. What you looking at?
Oil. Fucking.
I think the valve covers are leaking.
No, dude, it's coming. Look, all over the master, and it kind of dripped down like right. See, look, it's just dripping. I think it might be this fucking fitting. Look, get oil on this.
Fitting?
Yeah. I don't know, but
Might be this cap. Oh yeah. See where the cap isn't even
Oh,
all the way down.
down all the way.
So I gotta fix that.
Spread them apart a little bit.
I love how Littlewood's setup is. These are literally bolted up to their pedal exactly, and
Oh.
they're too close.
Wow.
So I gotta change that up, but we can fix that pretty easy.
Yeah, I'll get small stuff,
But the
but trial run.
we do have a little oil leak from the valve cover though, but no biggie. Just check the oil next time. You know, that's how we know there's oil in it. You know?
Right?
Yeah. This will be such a long video. That's all right. Oh,
Not bad.
so pumped.
A little bit.
Driving this thing in the Texas heat. It's night, and we're still sweating. Zero cool air. You put your what was that?
I pulled the thing out and it fucking zapped. And
Oh, oops.
pulled straight out. I thought.
It's almost impossible not to pull it out and zap yourself. But yeah, you put your arm outside to like get cool air coming in, and it's just straight exhaust, so it's hot and stinks. And so if I'm ever to actually drive this thing, I need to get a different set of down pipes coming off the turbos to make this thing enjoyable, or maybe get some AC. What do you think about AC, Chris? I mean, we're a street car now, you know.
Right.
We're a street car. Maybe get some AC. We need to get some brackets for the headlights, because as you see on those, they're bouncy. They were there. We had headlights.
Yeah, we had headlights.
We had headlights. We could see. It was nice. It was nice. But
Great trial run. Great trial run.
super awesome. Super pumped. Thank all you guys for all the support. But we're gonna go to bed because it's freaking. I don't even know what time it is, but we've been busting butt all Memorial weekend. So hope you guys had a good weekend, relaxing while we were doing this. This whole week we'll get this video out so you guys can enjoy it. So again, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.